In this video, I'm going to talk about the data set that you're going to use. So there will be two types of data here. First, it's a geodatabase, which is this one, TL, that's the Tiger Line Geodatabase 2024. That's within the GDB 2024 folder. And what this is that this is for the whole state of Illinois. And we are going to just extract for the Cook County, and that would be your spatial data, as in the polygon for the census tract. So let's add the census tract. So I'll right click on it and add to current map. And this is just for viewing right now, because we have to ultimately add everything to lab4.gdb to go ahead and work. So this is the census tract, and we know that the city of Chicago is somewhere here. Now the goal of this lab is to attach attribute information in the data set. So if you open the attribute table, you can see currently there are these kind of IDs, but not necessarily any kind of information related to like population, demographic structure, so on and so forth. So those type of information you will get in data _ ACS 5-year 2023. And you will see that here are a bunch of CSV file. And this folder I will show via the Windows Explorer. And here you can see that these are big data tables. Two are smaller data tables. So here are the data tables, and there are a bunch of columns here. And I'm going to quickly show you how I downloaded it. So I came to data.census.gov, and in here where it says find tables, let's say I am looking for poverty data, right? So I will type in poverty and click that magnifying glass icon, and in here you will see that there are a bunch of different tables, and the table that I am using actually is this S2201, and that's because I wanted poverty, the household that needs food stamps, disability, and all sorts of additional information, because there are a lot of tables, there are a ton of columns, really minute information. So this actually took me almost 2 days to filter out what data I would use for this lab. The reason I'm explaining this to you guys is because for your final project at the end of the semester, data hunting is probably the biggest time-consuming part you will work on. No matter it's a census data set or you are doing some environmental data analysis. Let's click on this food stamps, and in here you will see this sort of table is available. However, because we are going to finally use maps, we cannot use a table like this, because here is just like, you know, what the criteria is and what the percentage. No, we cannot do that, because we need for each of these census tracts and not an aggregate value. So that's what makes it difficult, because at the end we have to attach that individual information to each row, because each row is this each census tract. So to do so, this is the tricky part, you have to go to geos. Geos is where it actually link it to the census tract, and here you can see census tract. You can use block group or even county or whatever spatial unit you choose. I chose census tract. So what happened is that American Community Survey has 1-year estimate, and so it says missing data, maybe change it to 5-year estimate. So if you go to data set, that's where you will see the 5-year estimate. So I'll click on 5-year estimate, and now if you go to geos and census tract, and now you can see the different states, right? So I'll go to Illinois, and I'm going to get data set for Cook County, so I'll go Cook County, and then I'm going to select for all census tracts, so I'll click on all census tract, and then I am going to exit out of this filter window and let this one load. And you can see that here it says table is too large to display, but if you are planning to download, which I did, you can click on the download table. I don't want to click on this because it takes quite a while to download. That's why I have downloaded for you guys and given you the data set. But what we are going to do is map, right? So census data also map creates this thematic map of any of these attributes that you have. For example, this is the household person receiving food stamps, SNAPs, not all of them, but selected, so you can see the maps here as well. However, we are not going to use this right now, and all the data that you needed are downloaded already in here. So all these 3 tables, and the way it's downloaded, again, I'm showing it because some of you might be interested, is that it is downloaded as a zip file. And let's say I unzip the file, it has a metadata like this, which is a huge list of metadata. So what the column headers are and what the definition of each column is, like the data set is, so what kind of information you will find in that column, and also the CSV, the actual data set, right? So this is also the large table which you will actually work with. So that's the story behind the data download, and right now you will see that all the data set that you would need for this lab are already downloaded in this data ACS folder in 3 different tables, because in this lab one thing you will learn is how to filter out and select only the columns and join the 2 tables using a key. And here we have a Excel file where I have already kind of listed the columns from each of the table that you will need. Okay, so that's kind of the background